Okay folks, so today I've kind of posted a few videos here recently and I've generated a few questions, not necessarily on YouTube but from family and friends. I kind of briefly showed in my pack video my bag of food, and that kind of got a few questions going with everybody wants to know, what are you taking to the woods to eat while you're on these trips and how are you preparing them? So I got a few things together here and I'm going to go through it, show you what I carry in the woods and how I prepare it. Now, it's nothing fancy. I'm a simple guy with simple pleasures. I don't need a whole lot. So here we go. So I'm going to start out with my mess kit. Basically, I just pack a little fuel for my stove. I have a long handled spoon. And this is just a little Glad container that I picked up at Walmart. Got a little koozie on the outside of it to kind of keep my food warm while I'm trying to rehydrate it. And then inside here, I have my pot and my stove. And this is basically just a little titanium pot. I think it holds 2 cups of water. And a lot of times I will fill it up with whatever water I need. Most of the meals that I fix take 2 cups of water, some less, some more. And I will boil that on my stove. And I just have a little BRS titanium stove. It's not real fancy, it's not the best, but it works for me. And it just screws on top of my fuel here. Once it gets screwed on top of there, these little things flip out. It's got a little handle right here. Turn your fuel off and on. And basically, I'll fill up my pot of water, put my lid on, light my stove, and I set that on there. Let my water boil. So this is my pack of food, and there's 3 days of food in here. I went up the backcountry and spent 2 weeks, but it's a lot of extra weight, and this year we are going to be more mobile. So our plan is to get up every day, pack up camp, put it on our backs, and hunt until we find elk. So if we find elk and we're in them, it could change a little bit, but plan A is to go in there and make a 3-day loop and basically go back to the truck if we don't find anything, and get out of there and go to plan B and find a different spot. In years past, I've wasted a lot of time looking for elk, and honestly, I've experienced they're either there or they're not. So if we can't find them in 3 days, we're going to go to another spot. So this is 3 days of food. I just have it in a little dry bag, and I go ahead and count everything out, put it in gallon Ziploc baggies. So when I get ready to eat in the evening, I just pull out, actually in the morning, I just pull one of these out, and this is my food for the day. And I'll probably throw this in the top of my pack. And first things first is I just, buy some oatmeal, instant oatmeal. What I will do a lot of times is I don't like doing dishes, so you can shove this down in here, tear the top off, spread this bag open. Once your water boils, you can pour the water inside the bag. The bag has like a kind of like a plastic liner. You can take your spoon, after you pour your water in there, you can take your spoon, stir it up, then kind of fold this back down, put your lid on, set it over to the side, and then while you're kind of waiting for it to rehydrate, you can throw some more water on the stove, mix it up, and I've got some tea, some French vanilla Thai tea that I plan on drinking, and I don't have that in here right now. I just actually picked it up this afternoon, so I'm going to add that later. But I'll go ahead through here and explain what else I have to eat. I've got some meat sticks in a Ziploc bag. I have some pudding, and this pudding here, it's just add water, stir, and it'll set up. I tear the top off of it, add my water, take my long handle spoon, stir it up, and I'll just eat it right out of the bag. Again, I don't like doing dishes. You know, as I eat stuff, I'll throw it in a zip. I'll probably have Ziploc bags in here to keep my trash in. I have some trail mix, just whatever you like. This is a mountain trail mix. It's got some M&Ms, some raisins, peanuts, whatever. I have some granola bars, some candy. You know, hiking through the mountains, a lot of times I just need something sweet to pick me up. A mountain hunting trip is a lot more mental than people realize. Of course, it's physical too, but if you don't have the mental capacity to make it through the day, then it's all downhill from there. So if you can kind of have you some sweets to pick you up throughout the day, that's great. And then for my big meal, I have some Mountain House meals, but I also offset them with stuff like this. I have some ramen noodles or ramen noodles, however you want to say it. I'm a hick, so I say ramen noodles. And what I will do is I'll take some Spam or tuna or any kind of meat, and I'll throw that in there with it. And the other way that I fix, the way I fix my ramen or ramen is I kind of crunch this all up, and I'll pour it in here and boil my water. Once my water's boiled, I'll put it on the noodles, throw my seasoning packet in there, and mix it all up. Excuse me. Put my lid back on, and I'll let that rehydrate that way. It may or may not be all the way done, but after a long day of hunting, I don't really care. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Like I said, the only other difference is instead of having the ramen meal, I will offset that with Mountain House meals, and they are basically the same thing. They're just in a bag, and you just add water right to the bag. That's what the long handle spoon comes in handy. Those Mountain House meals, their bags are pretty deep, and rather than stick my hand down in there, I got this long handle spoon I can pick around and get it in and out of there. So hopefully this helps somebody out. It's not a real luxurious diet while I'm up in there, but it gets me by and powers me through. So if you got any questions, drop them down in the comments below, and be sure and like and subscribe, and good luck to everybody this season. Thanks.